made us hold on to the positive thoughts. Oh MINLA, you boosted us with your smiles. Oh MINLA, you've come so far, guiding us to the light. Inspired both young and old with patience and mindfulness. We thank you, oh MINLA, we thank you. This gift that you gave us is larger than life. To go ahead with confidence and smile, we thank you, oh MINLA, we thank you. M for mindfulness, I for innovation, N for newness, L for loyalty, A for activeness. You gave us the direction. Oh MINLA, you boosted us with your smiles. Oh MINLA, you've come so far, guiding us to the right. We thank you, oh MINLA, we thank you, oh MINLA, Meena ji and Lalit ji. We thank you for everything.
A global namaste, a very happy Diwali and a happy new year. And today, a very auspicious day of Bhai Dooj. We welcome you all. We are so extremely delighted for today's MINLA Zoom session in the festive period. Ladies and gentlemen, before I move ahead, may I kindly request everybody to open up your videos so we can see you. The speaker would love to see everybody on screen. Secondly, a highly recommended request comes: keep your mobiles switched off so you're not taking any calls. We have got amazing amount of information that is coming up from this globally renowned speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, MINLA Zoom session brings you this Saturday afternoon session. MINLA, that is Meena Khagram and Lalit Soda. We started these Zoom sessions at the beginning of the pandemic in the year 2020 to motivate, to inspire people to spread love, joy, and happiness. We would love to do this and continue this forever, for however long we can. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are also very proud to say that the Hindu Council of Nakuru has collaborated with the MINLA Zoom session in hosting this amazing speaker, a globally renowned speaker, a motivational speaker and author, a person who has done so much for the global community, to come up and share his amazing stories of turning setbacks into comebacks. None other than our second time session with Mr. Shiv, Khera. Let me tell you a little bit about him, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Shiv Khera, he is an Indian author, an activist, a motivational speaker, best known for his book, You Can Win. He launched a movement against caste-based reservation in India. He founded an organization called the Country First Foundation. Mr. Shiv Khera has been lecturing globally, has inspired people all around the globe to get onto the right track in life. Mr. Shiv Khera, a popular personality in the world of motivation and inspiration. We are truly delighted on having him on our Zoom session today. He has amazing information that he's going to be sharing with us today, turning setbacks into comebacks. Before we go on to Mr. Khera, I would request a wonderful gentleman, yet another one, Mr. Sailesh Shet, from the Hindu Council of Nakuru, to formally welcome our guest speaker for the day. Mr. Sailesh Shet, another human being who does amazing community work and is there to help people all along. Mr. Shet, from the Hindu Council of Nakuru, may I welcome you to the MINLA session, and if you may, give a formal welcome to our guest speaker, Mr. Shiv Khera. Mr. Shet, are we there?
Thank you very much, Lalit bhai. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Meena Ben and everybody. Welcome to all the guests. Thank you, thank you. Mr. Khera, sir, greetings from the Hindu Community Council of Nakuru chapter. HCK is the short form of Hindu Council of Kenya, is the apex body of all smaller institutions in Nakuru. Sir, today is indeed my childhood dream and privilege to be able to have you on our Zoom show. Thanks to our Nakuru icon, Meena Ben Khagram, and to our evergreen UK leader, Shri Lalit Bhai Soda. Thank you to them, through which we were able to host today's Zoom session, who have helped steer the society through the very challenging COVID times where people faced several challenges. So thank you, Meena Ben and Lalit Bhai, for all the help you've been doing for the last 1.5 to 2 years. Shri Khera sir, as we still battle through this COVID battle, we will be able to draw a lot of inspiration from you from today's talk. Sir, you have inspired and encouraged individuals to realize their true potential. Your dynamic personal messages have broken language and cultural barriers to reach the opposite sides of the globe from US to Singapore. Sir, your 40 years of research and understanding has put millions on the path of growth and fulfillment. It is not a mean achievement to sell over 8 million copies of your books, including your international bestseller, You Can Win, in 21 languages. Sir, your dynamic work has attracted clients which include Lufthansa, HP, DHL, HSBC, Canon, Nestle, Philips, Mercedes, Johnson & Johnson, MetLife, and many, many more, which is a testament how hard work you are putting in and inspiring other companies as well. Sir, tens of thousands have benefited from your dynamic workshop internationally in over 20 countries, and millions have heard you as a keynote speaker, and many of us have heard you on numerous radio and television shows. Sir, we are glad to hear that you are a brand ambassador for the Roundtable Foundation. Just for your knowledge, sir, I was at the pinnacle at being the ATIA Honorary Secretary in the year 2003, which was an apex body consisting several countries throughout the East Africa region, which we used to call it ATIA. We are also pleased to learn that you've been honored by the Lions Club International and Rotary International. Again, sir, for your knowledge, I have been the president in the year 2014 and 15, and currently my son, Michal Seth, is the current president of the Lions Club. Sir, whenever we face any challenges in our business or daily life, we always read and go through your slogan, which states that winners don't do things different, they do things differently. So whenever we use that adage when we are facing any sort of problems, to go through all the challenges that we face. Sir, I now hand over to Shri Lalit Bhai Soda, who is one of the world's best moderator, to take us further in today's program. And I take this opportunity to invite you to Nakuru and host you whenever you and Lalit Bhai find it appropriate, now that most of the COVID restrictions are being lifted, to see you here in our wonderful pink city, Nakuru. Today evening, sir, also for your knowledge, we are honoring Shri Ramesh Bhai Khagram, husband of Meena Ben, for the program is equivalent for what we call a Lifetime Achievement Award, which all Nakuru public will gather in about 1 hour's time at a central place and honor him and give him a befitting honor to service for the services rendered to the community. So today is also another important day in the Nakuru community. I thank you once more for accepting to be our guest in today's program. And thank you, Jai Shri Krishna. And I now hand over to our wonderful orator, Sri Lalit Bhai, to continue with the program. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Salish Bhai. Mr. Said, thank you. As the president of the Hindu Council of Nakuru, I thank you once again for welcoming Mr. Shiv Khera with such wonderful words, and he absolutely and truly deserves that. So before we move on with the program, Mr. Khera and the audience, we all know the program doesn't get started till we get the internationally known lady, Mrs. Meenaben Khagram, to actually traditionally welcome our speakers, and this is when we get the kickstart. So without her good blessings and without her kickstart, we cannot move on. So may I invite Mrs. Meenaben Khagram, the evergreen, ever-shining superstar, Mrs. Meenaben Khagram.
Shiv Bhai, I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to see you that you are with us. All the time 6 months in the hospital, I was praying for you to come. And thank you very much for the invitation that you have accepted. Shiv Bhai, this is for you. And today, being the Bai Beach, as a sister, I am blessing you for the long life and doing the good job that you are doing. This is for you, Shiv Bhai.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Global Namaskar to all. Jai Hind. Jambo Karibuni. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Flamingo city of Nakuru, where Lake Nakuru is famous for wildlife and flamingos. Nakuru County is the one where world fastest runners like Eliud Kipchoge and Faith are born. We have a very old Hyrex Hill Museum and world-famous crater. Nakuru is the fastest progressing city in the world. My cute cousin, Dr. Lalit, and myself, MINLA Zoom, are super excited to welcome you all here, and others who have joined in Zoom on Facebook Live. Welcome, Shailesh Sheth, Chairman Hindu Council, Hindu Union, and many, many places, his charitable communities. He is spread all over Nakuru. Monsieur, welcome. My favorite writer, Shiv Bhai Khera. Can't wait to listen to him. So happy to see you, Shiv Bhai. Biwi Navana. Let me introduce to you our backbone of this session, MC, Dr. Lalit Soda. He is a professional speaker, chiropractic, and author. He is a recipient of many awards, and recently he has been awarded Marwa Journalist Award. Over to you, Lalit.
Thank you, Meenaben. You always say very kind words for me, but thank you very much. Without taking too much of our time for the audience, we are waiting to hear from our lovely guest speaker turning setbacks into comebacks. And Mr. Shiv Khera, welcome to MINLA Zoom. And I'm going to let you take the floor, and we are eagerly awaiting to hear your story about your setback that you turned into a huge comeback. Mr. Khera, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Should we kick off from here?
Absolutely, yes, yes, we can kick off right from here. The floor is all yours.
Dr. Soda, I'm grateful to you, sir, for your kind words. And Meenaben, and I'm indeed touched, grateful to you. It is Bhai Dooj, and I feel grateful. And Dr. Sheth, the kind words that he has used, and I didn't know I could do all the things that he said I could. But yes, there have been trying times since January. I was hospitalized for about 6 months, but I think today the topic is turning a setback into a comeback. Besides the current event that took place this year, I've had 3 major setbacks in my life, but somehow God has been kind and I came back well. I'm not that educated. My academics are, I'm a BCom 3rd division, I failed in my 10th. And I come from a business family. Now, some of you might have heard this last time, but that's okay. See, we had coal mines in India, close to 1,000 people working, and the mines got nationalized. The government took over. Now, I didn't create the mines, I inherited them. Minaban, if you remember what I said. And now some people had money, our family did not, because my father had died when I was just about finishing college. We were left with a liability and the assets were gone. And I was married just 4 weeks then. And I remember a year later, my daughter was born and I sold some of the last pieces of my mother's jewelry to get a release from the hospital. I did not have $10 to buy milk that night. I tried my hands on 3 businesses with no money and I failed in all 3. Finally, November 13, 1975, I left India. I went to US, initially went to Toronto and started life with a bucket in my hand, washing cars door to door. For about 1.5 to 2 years, I was washing cars. And folks, totally by accident, I got into selling life insurance. And, but within 90 days, my manager called me back to fire me for non-performance. Now, selling life insurance, in my opinion, was the best thing that could have ever happened to me in my life. But I told my manager, I said, give me one more shot. Right around that time, I attended a program by Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, the man who wrote the book, Power of Positive Thinking. And after attending the program, that was one of the turning points in my life. And that's the time I realized that till then, I kept failing all my life and kept blaming the whole world for my failure, not realizing that I was my own biggest problem. See, nothing changed outside, but something changed inside, and the direction in my life changed. And from that point onwards, I started hitting $1 million policies, moved on to the US. I got into 3 businesses. I bought out a company out of California in 1984, started the New Jersey operation with no clients, and I sold my company with close to 500 clients for a decent sum. Now, that is my life for the past 46 years. But, folks, this crisis has pretty much covered the whole world. And because of that, people are feeling very insecure because nobody knows what is the finish line to it. Even today, though things are opening up, but even today, nobody knows what is the finish line. And which is causing a lot of insecurity in people, and that insecurity is bringing anxiety, stress, frustration, depression, and even anger. Now, all I can say is, folks, Dr. Soda, stress is both normal and natural. Anybody who says they have no stress, they belong to the lunatic asylum. Folks, and all stress is not bad. The athlete at the Olympics, is he under stress? Answer is yes. If he was not, there's no way he can perform. Now, the best example that I can think of is at the race course. Minaben, I'm sure we all have seen either in the movies or in real life, the thoroughbreds at the race course, when they are being taken into the cabin. Are they walking relaxed? Answer is no. They are jumping like this. Why? Because they're under very heavy stress. And when they're put into the cabin, and the moment the bell rings, bang, they immediately shoot and they perform. Now that's a thoroughbred. But if you take a jackass to the race course, this jackass walks so relaxed, comfortably. He's not jumping like the thoroughbreds. But then for the rest of his life, he will remain a jackass. And folks, he will never perform like a thoroughbred. Folks, all I can say is, remember, stress is the price we pay to be a thoroughbred in life. I repeat one more time. Stress is the price we pay to be a thoroughbred in life. Now, Dr. Soda, all of us can handle stress. What we cannot handle is chronic stress. Are you with me?
Sure.
All of us can handle stress, but what we cannot handle is chronic stress. When stress becomes chronic, that is the time we start breaking down. Now, folks, the crucial thing is, let us not overrate this crisis and let us not underrate our strength to fight and win. Now, this crisis has impacted us three ways. One, it has impacted our life. Two, it has impacted our livelihood. And three, it has impacted our lifestyle. How has it impacted our life? Folks, who we meet, what we do, and where we go can be a matter of life and death. Are you with me, Miraben? You see, who we meet, where we go, and what we do could be a matter of life and death. That's one. Now, two is livelihood all over the world. Either there have been job cuts, salary cuts, somewhere, even the governments are not collecting taxes. They're going broke also. But I must say one thing, that every few years, there is a new buzzword that comes up from somewhere. 5 years ago, the buzzword used to be startup. So everybody was starting up. And then the buzzword came, make in India, make in India, make in India. So everybody was making in India. And now the new buzzword is work from home, work from home, work from home. Folks, interestingly, maybe in many industries like the IT, you can work from home. But tell me, Meenaben, how do you work from home in a construction industry? Can you? Answer is no. How can you work from home in a manufacturing industry? Can you? Answer is no. Okay. But now the question is, are we able to justify salaries and compensation while people are working from home? I had a banker visit me the other day, and I asked him, I said, you are paying salaries. Are you able to justify the output and salary? And his answer was, Dr. Soda, that Mr. Khera, the 80-20 rule applies. Only 20% of people are responsible and mature who can work without supervision. But 80% people, even if you give them measurable targets, they need supervision. And two, you see, people who are not mature, they think working from home is a paid vacation. It is not a paid vacation. Folks, I remember when I was selling life insurance, I was on 100% commission. I wouldn't get paid if I didn't sell, and I had no money anyway. But interestingly, in my office, I saw there were some people who were getting salaries, but they were not doing the job properly. Hear this, they were not doing the job properly. And that is where I learned the difference between making money versus earning money. Making money is criminal, earning money is spiritual. Dr. Soda, one more time. Making money is criminal, earning money is spiritual. And what is the difference? When we earn money, we put our energy and ethics behind it. And sadly today, most people want to make money, very few want to earn money, and that's the difference. Now, let me share with you a survey which was conducted in the US. You see, it said that this was a global survey. It said that 63% of people who go to work, they're disengaged. Means they don't do the job. An additional 24% are actively disengaged, which means they make sure that others also don't do the job. That only leaves 13% of people who go to work actually do work. Only 13% of people who go to work actually do work. Let me ask you, Dr. Soda, is that not an integrity issue?
Absolutely.
It is a big time integrity issue. Now, how has it impacted? Well, let me share with you one more thing. We have this little quotation which says, winners don't do different things, they do things differently. Now, many times people ask me, what do winners do differently? And my answer is, winners form the habit of doing things losers don't like to do. I repeat, Minaben, winners form the habit of doing things losers don't like to do. And what are the things losers don't like to do? They're the same things winners don't like to do either, but they do it anyway. See, losers don't like to get up in the morning. Winners don't like to get up in the morning either, but they get up anyway. See, losers don't like to work hard. Winners don't like to work hard either, but they work hard anyway. Folks, I don't care how old we are. While we were growing up, if you remember, Minaben, our parents said one thing, form good habits and habits form characters. I repeat, form good habits and habits form characters, because 90% of our behavior is habitual. We don't think, we just act. And if we have positive habits, we are a positive character. And if we have negative habits, we are a negative character. And good habits are hard to come by, but they're easy to live with. Bad habits come easy, but they're hard to live with. And before we got the habits got us. Are you with me? Before we got the habits got us. Folks, let me share one phrase we hear many times, that this person is just lucky. Every time he touches dirt, becomes gold. If मिट्टी को हाथ लगाता है, सोना हो जाती है. Every time he touches dirt, becomes gold. And this person is just unlucky. Every time he touches gold, becomes dirt. Now, there is truth in it. The person we call lucky, every time they touch dirt, becomes gold. Analyze their life. Analyze every transaction in their life, and you will find the positive behavior has become habitual. Every time they do it right. It happens right automatically. Their reflexes move right. And the person we call unlucky, the negative behavior has become habitual. Every time they do it wrong. It happens wrong. Folks, I'll share with you one example in martial art. when people start learning martial art with a white belt, yellow, orange, purple, green, brown, black belt, 5 years later, even after they get the black belt, they're still practicing the same thing what they learned in white belt, and that is what? Block, punch, block, punch, block, punch, block, punch. Why? Because the teacher wants to get the block and punch into reflex action. Why? Because the teacher realizes that if the student is ever in a street fight, if he has to think to block and punch, guess what will happen? He'll get beaten up. A martial arts student never has to think to block and punch. It is reflexes that move. Now, how many times have you heard this phrase, Dr. Soda, which says, practice makes perfect? Have you heard that? Yes, no?
All the time.
All the time. And how many believe it's true? You believe it's true? Yes, no? Yes,
Yes.
no? Okay, sir, incorrect answer. Totally incorrect answer. Now, let me share with you why I say that.
Sure.
Sir, practice does not make perfect. Practice only makes permanent whatever we practice. Only perfect practice makes perfect. Some people keep practicing their mistakes and they become perfect in making mistakes. I'm not playing on words. I am not playing on words. When these kids, when they join learning martial art, they hit hard. And the teacher says at that time, son, go slow, go slow. First, learn the right form, learn the right form. If the form is incorrect and you have speed, you'll fracture your own hand. Remember, practice does not make perfect. Practice only makes permanent whatever you practice. Now, I'll share with you an example. Many times, people who are chronic liars, they tell lies. And you know what they say? This is a little lie. When the big one comes, I'll tell the truth. You practice enough little lies in your life, when the big one comes, what happens? You end up telling a big lie. Are you with me?
Yes.
You see, when people say there's a little thing, when the big one comes, I'll show courage. You practice cowardice enough little things in life. When the big one comes, what happens? You end up being a big coward. Are you with me? Practice does not make perfect. Practice only makes permanent whatever you practice. Folks, why am I sharing all this with you? If we have to think to do the right thing, we can never do it right. It must come automatic. I repeat, it must come automatic. Folks, go check out all over the world, about 70% of the career in the defense services goes into what? Into simulation of warfare. Why? What is simulation? They play war games as if there's a real war going on right now. Why? Because they want to get to reflex action. Why? Because they realize when there's a real war, if they have to think to fight a war, do you think they can ever fight a war? Answer is never. Folks, I repeat again, if we have to think to do the right thing, we can never do it right. So winners form the habit of doing things losers don't like to do. Now, that means, in fact, Aristotle said beautifully, success is a habit and so is failure. There are some people who go from one success to another, where there are some people who go from one failure to another. Now, there's a second thing that winners do. I did not cover this last time, but there's a second thing that winners do, and that is winners always put in that extra effort even when it hurts. I repeat, they always put in that extra effort even when it hurts. Now, who was a legend in martial art? Do you recall, Dr. Soda? Who was a legend?
I would say Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee. Now, you know he was a legend in martial art.
Yes.
But I don't know if I covered this last time. But did you also know that Bruce Lee's one leg was shorter than the other by 1 inch?
Okay.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, his one leg was shorter than the other by 1 inch, 1 inch. Now 1 mm, 2 mm, 3 mm can disalign a person, but 1 inch. And number two, Bruce Lee's eyesight was -10, -10. He could not see his opponents without lenses. But Bruce Lee practiced 5,000 punches per day.
Mhm.
And he said, I'm not afraid of a person who knows 10,000 ways how to kick. I'm afraid of a person who knows only one way, but he's practiced it 10,000 times. That is a dangerous one.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you, was Bruce Lee an exception, Dr. Soda?
As far as I'm concerned, he was an exception. Yes, he was a really good martial arts person. So really an exceptional personality.
Was he an exception? Yes, no.
Yes.
Okay, answer is no. One more time. He was not an exception. Go check out all success stories. They all have done similar things. Now, you heard the name Michael Phelps.
Yes.
Now, Michael Phelps created history at Beijing at 208. But did you also know that Michael Phelps fractured his hand 2 years prior to the Olympics? Probably you don't know that. And the doctor said, you can't get in the water anymore. And even if your hand does get repaired, question is, will it have the same strength? You're competing at the Olympics, not your neighborhood kids. But Michael Phelps was preparing for this event for a decade. He could not see his lifetime dream shatter. And somebody said, dreams are not what come in sleep. Dreams are those that don't let you sleep. And he told the doctor, I will get into the water. I won't use my hands, I'll use my legs. And he continued using his legs. And 2 years later, at Beijing, he created history. Folks, he won 8 gold medals, and the press was there. And one of the journalists said to Michael Phelps, Mr. Phelps, you won 8 gold medals, must be a lucky day. When Michael Phelps heard the words, must be a lucky day, Mina Ben, he didn't like it. He told him, you come here, I'll tell you how lucky I got. He said, in the last 4 years, I have trained 10,000 hours. And if you're good at maths, that translates into 2,500 hours per year. And if you're good at calculus, that translates into 8 hours per day, no Sunday. And he said, you go sit in the water for 8 hours every day for the next 4 years, your body will shrivel. And he asked, did I get lucky? Did I get lucky? He said, luck is not designed to deliver you these things in life. Too many crackpots, keep waiting for a jackpot. It doesn't work that way. And he said one thing. He said, athletes train 15 years for 15 seconds of performance. Go ask them, did they get lucky? Are you with me? I repeat, athletes train 15 years for 15 seconds of performance. Go ask them, did they get lucky? He said, luck is not designed to deliver you these things in life. Now, was Michael Phelps an exception? Answer is no. Go check out Steve Jobs. Have you heard his speech at Stanford? If you have not, I highly recommend go listen to it. His first sentence is, I came to this world unwanted. The day he was born, he was put up for adoption. And look at what he did. Now, why am I sharing examples of people like that? Folks, Michael Phelps, Steve Jobs, Bruce Lee, they all had problems. All of them had problems. And many of them had much bigger problems than the problem that you and I are facing today. I repeat, many of them had much bigger problems than the ones you and I are facing today. And when we hear real life stories of real people, it forces us to redefine the word success. Success is not absence of problems. It is overcoming problems. Are you with me?
Yes.
Meena, are you with me? Success is not measured by how high we go up in life, but how many times we bounce back when we fall down. That is success. Now, remember one thing. When our minds got nationalized, I could have sat down, cried, I'm unlucky. But you know something? We started washing cars, and I bet similar stories you might have heard of many people who have come to Kenya or to UK and many places who've done that. Now, I just want to share with you one last thing is, one, it has impacted our life, two, our livelihood, and three, our lifestyle. How has it impacted our lifestyle? Now, folks, till the lockdown came in, all of us were in the fast lane. We were all running. We had no time. Now look at this. What a paradox it is. The amount of time-saving devices we have today, we've never had that many in history, and yet we don't have what? We don't have time. You know why we don't have time? Because somewhere we messed up our priorities. And I'm not giving lectures here. I'm guilty myself. And whenever we mess up our priorities, we forget to distinguish between what's urgent in life and what's important in life. Urgent may or may not be important, and important may or may not be urgent. But the interesting thing is, whenever we ignore what is important, it always converts into urgent. Health is important. It's not urgent. Exercising every day is important, but it's not urgent. If I have a crucial meeting tonight and if I cannot exercise, it's not the end of the world. But if I ignore my health long enough, guess what happens? I will land up in the hospital. See, you ignore what is important, it always converts into urgent. Now, in life, relationships are important, but they're not urgent. But if you ignore relationship long enough, guess what happens? You start talking through your lawyers. Are you with me? That's right. Now, what this crisis has done is literally made people step backwards and reevaluate their priorities. You ask people, why do you go to work? I go to work for my family. Why do you work hard? I work hard for my family. Who are the most important people in your life? My family. Who are the most neglected? Also my family. What a joke. The most important people many times become the most neglected too. And that is sad. And I'm guilty myself. But this crisis has literally made people check out. We were running all right, but check, were we running in the right direction? And what is the moral of this little story? The moral is very clear that remember in life, direction is much more important than speed. I repeat, Meena Ben, in life, direction is much more important than speed. Now, let me share something which I have gone through in the last 8, 9 months of 6 months of being in the hospital. All the time, Meena Ben, all the time, I remembered two prayers. One was the serenity prayer. 45 years ago, I sat through a program by Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, the man who wrote the book Power of Positive Thinking. There were 1,000 people. I was one of them. Dr. Peale came, looked at everybody and said, "You people appear so cool, calm, comfortable. It appears nobody has a problem here." Then he asked, "Does anybody have a problem here?" Now, who doesn't have a problem? So everybody raised their hand. Then he asked, "How many people would like to get rid of their problems?" Again, everybody raised their hand. And then Dr. Peale said, 2 blocks away from here, while I was coming here, I saw there was a place where I saw some people lying down, all stretched out, comfortably, totally relaxed. They had no problem whatsoever. How many people would like to know where that place is? Again, everybody raised their hand. And Dr. Peale said, 2 blocks away from here, there is a cemetery. Dost agar dur yahan se ek shamshan ghat hai. 2 blocks away from here, there's a cemetery. There are people lying there, all stretched out, comfortably, totally relaxed. They have no problem whatsoever. How many people would like to get rid of their problem? Nobody raised their hand. Everybody put their hand in their pocket. And that day, Dr. Peale said, remember, problem is a sign of life. So long as we are alive, we shall have problems. The day we don't have problem, we'd be dead. And when you're running short of problems, watch out. That is the time to get on your knees and pray to God. When you stop trusting me anymore, send me some problems. And that day, he gave a prayer, which is called the Serenity Prayer. It goes like this. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, and courage to change the things that I can, and wisdom to know the difference what I can and what I cannot. Folks, if you analyze and dissect this little prayer, it is the crux and gist of life. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. Now the question is, can we change everything in this world to suit ourselves? Answer is no. Can we mold everything to manipulate the way we want it? Answer is no. There are many things beyond us, such as, I didn't choose my parents, neither did you. I didn't decide where I was going to be born, neither did you. If this is the height and color of my skin, there is nothing I can do about it. And granted, sometimes bad things do happen to good people for no fault of their own, and that is true. And folks, let me share with you the 6 months of hospitalization. Many things I was told that there were side effects of medication that were given to me, overdosage. Now, that is as an afterthought we found out. And many things, it started poisoning my blood. Even today, going forward, for the next 4 months to 6 months, I am still taking antibiotics right now. But remember, folks, there are 2 things that kept me going in the hospital. One was the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, and courage to change the things that I can. If I can, then give me the courage to do it. And wisdom to know what I can and what I cannot. But Minaben, there was a second prayer that all the time I do every day. And that is, God help me to remember. Dr. Soda, God help me to remember that there is nothing that's going to happen to me today that you and I together cannot handle. Alone maybe not, but together there is nothing that we cannot handle together. Let me share with you the story of David and Goliath. I have given that in my book, You Can Win. That 9-foot huge giant was harassing and bullying the kids. And one day, a 17-year-old shepherd boy came and asked his brothers, why don't you fight this giant? And all the brothers said, David, don't you see? He's too big to hit. Look at his size. He's too big to hit. And Minaban, hear this, what David said. David said, he's not too big to hit. He's too big to miss. He is not too big to hit. He's too big to miss. And rest is history. With a sling, he killed the giant. Folks, with the sling, he killed the giant. Now, bottom line is, this little prayer, it says, God, help me to remember that there is nothing going to happen to me today that you and I together cannot handle. Alone, maybe not, but together, there's nothing we cannot handle. Now, when David killed the giant, all his brothers came up to David and asked him, David, how did you do it? How did you do it? David said, Dr. Soda, hear this. David said, you people have been comparing your size to the giant's size. As compared to your size, the giant is big. But I was never comparing his size to my size. I was always comparing his size to my partner's size. My partner, I could not see his end. My partner was pretty big. God was my partner. And he said, I couldn't see the end of this guy. And rest is history. Now, let me share with you. If you go to the YouTube, there is a site which says positive health affirmations. I repeat, positive health affirmations. There are 300 affirmations. Every night, Minaben, every night, I used to turn that on and I used to keep listening 300 affirmations all night. At one point, even the doctors were concerned what is going on with me. And many times, 6 months there, many times you tend to lose hope, but then you know something, with the prayer, you come back again and again and again and again and again. And it just picks you up. Folks, God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change and courage to change the things that I can and wisdom to know the difference. Folks, many times in life, we keep fighting the things we cannot change and we bring stress into our lives and we become paralyzed and we become unproductive. And if I can't, give me the courage to do it and wisdom to know what I can and what I cannot. I strongly recommend people who are listening to this, if they have any health problem issue, any health issue, go to YouTube, press the site, positive health affirmation, listen to it, it's beautiful. Okay. Now, this little thought, I took it forward in my book, You Can Achieve More, and I wrote in that life is full of choices and life is full of compromises. Folks, how is life full of choices? See, if I ill-treat you, I have chosen to be ill-treated, haven't I? If I treat you with discourtesy, I have chosen to be treated with discourtesy, haven't I? If I light up a cigarette, I've chosen to invite cancer, haven't I? If I drink and drive, I have chosen to invite an accident, haven't I? And if I exercise every day, I've chosen to invite good health, haven't I? And if I eat too much every day, I've chosen to be obese, haven't I? And if I tell lies, I have chosen to lose my credibility, haven't I? And if I tell the truth, I have chosen to be a credible person, haven't I? See, life is full of choices. But remember, we are all free to the point of choice. But after we make our choices, the choice controls the chooser. We have no more choice. Our freedom stops. Dr. Soda, we are only free to the point of choice. But after we make our choices, the choice controls the chooser. We have no more choice after that. Many times, people ask me that people, those who are successful, don't they make mistakes in life? And my answer is that people who succeed in life, they do make mistakes. But remember, making a mistake once in a while does not bring failure. Repeating the same mistake again and again is what brings failure. And doing something positive once in a while does not bring success either. Repeating the same positive behavior again and again is what brings success. Now, folks, let me share a couple of steps which help overcome stress. I'm going to share one more with you. Convert downtime to uptime. Convert wasted time to productive time. Now, I used to talk to my daughter from the hospital, and Minaben, my daughter used to say to me, Dad, why don't you watch movies now? And you have a great opportunity, just watch new movies and good movies and all so on. So I said, look, I do watch stuff from the YouTube. Then she said, well, how many movies do you watch, or how many videos do you watch? You must be watching hundreds per day. I said, no. I said, I only watch 50 videos, but I watch those 50 videos 300 times. I don't want to watch 3,000 videos. I want to watch only 10 videos, but I want to watch those 10 videos 300 times. It is not how much you watch. It is what you can put into practice. Because if I watch the same video 300 times, it is more likely to internalize, and I will bring it to my practice in life. Are you with me? I am more likely to practice. So there are some people who keep reading books and all the time. I said, no. There are people who say, I read your book once. I said, you wasted your time and money too. Folks, how do you convert wasted time to productive time? A survey was conducted in the US which said an average American watches 4 hours of TV per day. Now, it's not the average American. It's European, Indian, Asian, and Australian too. So, and right now during the pandemic, there are people who are watching 8-10 hours of TV per day. But one man went to his friend who used to watch 4 hours of TV per day, and he asked him, how much did this TV cost you? How much did this TV cost you? So he said, it cost me $1,000. He said, you have never calculated the money value of your time. He said, what do you mean? He said, how much money do you make a year? He said, I make $100,000 per year. He said, how many hours do you work per year? He said, 2,000 hours per year. He said, 2,000 hours per year, $100,000, your hourly rate is $50 an hour. And you watch 4 hours of TV per day, that is $200 per day. You watch through the year, multiply 365. This TV is costing you close to $85,000 per year. That is more than your EMI on $1 million home. Meena Ben, are you with me? He said, do you understand how to calculate the money value of your time? Folks, don't get me wrong. We all enjoy TV. We watch it, nice movie. It relaxes us. But watching 4 hours per day, what the hell are you doing? You are wasting your life. Now, how do you convert wasted time to productive time? In my book, You Can Achieve More, I have mentioned one more survey which said that 85% of millionaires and billionaires in the world are first generation. Only 15% are coming from inheritance. I repeat, 85% of millionaires and billionaires are first generation. And they were asked, how did you achieve so much financial success in such a short time? And the answer was, we read books. How many books? 50 books a year. 50 books a year means 1 book a week. Folks, multi-millionaires and billionaires read 1 book a week. Warren Buffett, go Google on him. This guy reads 6 to 8 hours per day. Bill Gates is an avid reader. And these people were asked, what kind of books do you read? And the answer was, we have no time to waste. We don't read fiction. We only read self-help books. Why? Because one good idea is worth $1 million. How many ideas do we need to succeed in life? Only one. And these multimillionaires, they read 1 book a week. That means there is a connection between learning and earning and learning and earning and learning and earning and learning and learn more, earn more, learn more, earn more. And one more thing. I found that serious readers, they will never borrow or lend books, never. Many times people come to me and they say, Mr. Khera, I got a great new book, I can lend it to you. I said, don't. Either give it to me, gift it to me, sell it to me, don't lend it to me. Why? Because I won't give it back to you. Why? Because when I read a book, I always underline and make notes on the side. Why? Because I learned one thing. Reading a good book once is not good enough. Folks, there are books I've read 6, 7, 8, 10 times. Now, Arrow Electronics, it's a $26 billion company in US. They're my clients. Just 2 quarters earlier, they celebrated their bumper quarter with $2 billion in sale in 90 days. And they celebrated, and I keynoted their awards function. So I asked him, I said, businesses are closing, you are increasing your business. How come? And he said, Mr. Khera, you don't know, probably 10 years ago, I attended your leadership program. And he said, you had a stall at the back. You were selling your books and videotapes and audio tapes and so on. And he said, I bought your stall. I said, what do you mean? He said, I bought your stall. I bought everything. Not only for myself, but he said, I have a few hundred employees. I gave it to all my employees. And he said, when I took over as managing director of Arrow Electronics, We had 2% market share, and today we have 20% market share. And he said, reading your book is a ritual every year. All my employees read your book once a year. He said, I have read your book 20 times. And he said, if you ever forget a paragraph in your own book, call me, I'll tell you where it is. How do you like that? Amazing guy. Folks, reading a good book once is not good enough. All I can say is, if during this crisis, if we have not upskilled ourselves or become more knowledgeable or become healthier and fitter, we cannot blame we had no time. Folks, the lockdown took place in March. I did my first webinar April 8th last year. And Dr. Soda, this webinar that I'm doing for you, which is like a repeat in your case, this is 176th webinar in the last 22 months, 176th webinar, and over 3 million people have heard me in the last 18 months. And by the way, I'm getting paid for these webinars. I did it for Price Waterhouse, Deloitte. I did it for Aviva. I mean, they're paying us money for it. And I didn't even know that this is another new avenue of business that has opened up for us. So what has happened? You see, till April 8th, I was learning to do SMS for my grandchildren. I did not know how to turn a computer on. In my life, Dr. Soda, I had never done an email. But I learned how to operate the laptop. I'm not an expert, but I have learned this. And because of that, I'm able to, and right now I'm giving out dates for January and February for next year. Already we're getting booked. Now, and two, there was a time I used to read 30, 40 books a year. I dropped the habit. I've gone back. I've started reading my books again. And every day today, Meena Ben, every day today, I spend 2 to 3 hours every day either reading a good book or listening to a YouTube motivational video every day, 3 hours per day. So one, I've upskilled. Two, I am gaining knowledge. And three, barring the last 6-8 months where I was hospitalized, before that, I was exercising every day. I lost 10 kilos of weight and I was feeling fitter. Folks, all I can say is, if during the crisis, if we have not upskilled ourselves or become more knowledgeable or become fitter, we cannot blame that we had no time. Step 3, let me share with you how to overcome a crisis. And the answer is build strong relationships in life. I repeat, build strong relationships in life. They are your support system. Folks, our biggest asset in life is not our bank balance. It is our relationship balance. Folks, have you noticed one thing, Meena Ben, that people who have good relationships, what they can achieve with one phone call, you cannot achieve with $1 million. Are you with me? And when we talk of relationships, we talk of personal, professional, and social relationships. Now, I address many business schools all over the world. And now in business schools, they teach these kids how to network. And they teach them, go join Chamber of Commerce, Rotaries, Lions, and network with people. And you ask them, what are you doing? I'm networking. And you ask them, why are you networking? And the answer is, I am building contacts. Why are you building contacts? I'm building contacts because someday he could be useful. He's a doctor, he's a lawyer, he's a politician, he's a mafia, he's a gunda, whatever the heck it is. Someday he could be useful. Usefulness goes, friendship also goes. You know something, Dr. Soda, they have not been taught. There is a big difference between building contacts versus building a relationship. Are you with me? There is a big difference between building contacts and building relationships. Now, we have an office in Singapore. One evening I came back from dinner and a man met me in the lobby and he asked me, Mr. Khera, you went for dinner? I said, yes. You met some people tonight? I said, yes. And he said, I hope you met some people who were useful to you. See, this guy's criteria of meeting people was only one: usefulness, what he can extract out of them. I felt like giving a piece of my mind in something else. You see, these are rascals, parasites, selfish people, only takers in life, and they want to see what they can get out of you, extract. This person does not understand one thing, that meeting good people in life is good enough. Usefulness is a byproduct of relationship. Are you with me? I repeat this one. Meeting good people in life is good enough. Usefulness is a byproduct of relationship. Now, example. I have a friend of 20 years, and tonight if he has a problem, who is the most natural person he will go for help to? The friend of 20 years. He's not going to make new friends tonight. Now, is it my duty to help? Answer is yes. If I help him, am I doing a favor? No. Now keep in mind, if I don't help him, I'm not behaving like a friend either. Remember, helping a friend is a duty of a friend. It is never the purpose of friendship. Because if it becomes the purpose finishes, friendship also finishes. I repeat, helping a friend is a duty of a friend. It is never the purpose of friendship. It is always incidental to friendship, never the purpose of friendship. Now, what builds relationship? None of us is perfect. We all make mistakes. Therefore, we need, you keep hearing the word, we should be tolerant. We should be tolerant. Now, Meena Ben, give me a thumbs up or down. Tolerance is important. Tolerance is a good word. Yes, no. If you say yes, do this. If you say no, do this. Oh, I like it. Okay, Dr. Soda, you are wrong and Meena Ben is right. Okay, here, you gave the wrong answer one more time. See, sir, hear this carefully. I don't like this word tolerance. I would replace this word with mutual respect. Hear this. I and my wife live together not because we can tolerate each other. We live together because we respect each other. The day respect for each other goes, we cannot live together. If we live together only because we can tolerate each other, you know what it means? We are postponing the blast. Same thing, employers and employees work long-term together, not because they can tolerate each other. They work long-term together because they respect each other. It is mutual respect. Now, what brings mutual respect? It is our value system. It is our values which brings respect. And the most important thing is, how do you build relationships? We can only build relationships by adding a value addition to another person's life. You cannot be a taker alone. You must learn to give. Meera Ben, this is the crucial thing. You know what I just shared in the last 1 hour with you? Tell me if you know of any school and college that is teaching this stuff anywhere in the world. None, zero. Not one. And when we do corporate training today, we tell our people, what I am doing in your corporation today is repair work, repairing. If you prepare them, you won't have to repair them. And where you prepare them? You prepare them in schools and colleges. And sadly, they're not. And Meena Ben, hear this. In Singapore, we have an office there. And the dean of James Cook University from Australia, their Singapore campus attended our program. And he said, Mr. Khera, we want your program in our campus in Singapore. And they're partnered with us now. Hear this, they're partnered with us. And we have created a program for the MBA students there, which is called Prepare Them, Don't Repair Them. Prepare them, don't repair them. And in Kenya, if you can do that, I would be more than happy to create a program and set this program to run for a good college if you're running there. And we'd be happy to do it. See if you can work it out. And same thing in UK. I'd be more than happy to get moving. And this is in Singapore campus. They're partnered with us now. Prepare them, don't repair them. Okay, I just want to close this program with the last two items. Only last two items quickly. One is to overcome any crisis, become a proactive person, not reactive. When we do our leadership 4-day programs, many times we ask people, are you a good person? And sometimes they say, yes, I'm good. And you ask them, what makes you good? What makes you good? Then they say, well, I don't do bad, so I'm good. I don't tell lies, I don't cheat, I don't steal, so I'm good. And my answer is, I disagree with your answer. Folks, not doing bad does not make a person good. You see, if I don't tell lies, it only means I'm not a liar, but that doesn't make me good. If I don't steal, it only means I'm not a thief, but that does not make me good. Folks, go ask a medical doctor. Absence of ill health does not mean good health. Are you with me? You see, not doing bad does not make a person good. A person becomes good when they proactively do good. That's called proactively. Now, I share this because doing leadership program for 35 years, I've learned one thing, that good leaders always take a stand for something and take a stand against something. A good leader is never neutral. If you are neutral, you are a politician. Are you with me? If you're neutral, you are a politician. A good leader always takes a stand for something and takes a stand against something. Now, once I finished the program, addressing 4,000 or 5,000 people, and a man from the audience came up and asked me, Mr. Khera, are you a Gandhian? So I've learned one thing in my life. Before you answer a question, first clarify. And two, sometimes the best answer to a question is a question. So I asked him, sir, can you tell me who is a Gandhian? What are the principles of being a Gandhian? What are the criteria of being a Gandhian? So he said, Gandhi believed in 3 principles. 1, Gandhi believed that with love, you can win everybody. 2, Gandhi believed in the principle of tolerance. 3, Gandhi believed in non-violence. And he asked me again, Mr. Khera, are you a Gandhian? I don't know what came to my mind. I said, look, I've been living in the US 45 years, but I'm an Indian. And we respect our epics, the Bhagavad Gita, the Guru Granth Sahib. I've not read them, but I've heard them. So I don't know what came to my mind, Meena Ben. I just asked him. I said, sir, can you tell me, was Ram a Gandhian? You talk of 3 principles. 1, with love you can win everybody. Was Ram able to win with love everybody? Answer is no. So Ram failed the first test. And 2, you said tolerance. Did Ram say, I'm a very tolerant guy? You kidnap my wife, it's okay. I'll get a second one. You'll kidnap a second one, I'll get a third one. Kidnap a third one, I'll get a fourth one. Did he say that? He said, no, I don't tolerate kidnappers. And 3, you said non-violence. I said, tell me, what did Ram do? He pulled out his weapon and he killed the evil. That was violence. Even for self-defense, that was violence. That means Ram failed all 3 tests. That means Ram was not a Gandhian. And by the way, did Ram say, let's compromise? Did Ram say, let us negotiate? He said, no, to hell with you. I take a stand for something, take a stand against something. Did Ram say, I'm a neutral guy? Let me halfway. Folks, why go that far? Go look at the life history of 10 Sikh gurus when Guru Gobind Singh Sahib, when the Mughals were forcibly converting into Islam. At that time, what did the 10th Sikh Guru do? Was he able to win with love? Answer is no. Did he say, I will tolerate your terrorism? He said no. Did he pull out a weapon? Yes, he fought. He was not a Gandhian either. And since you have the Hindu society people involved in here, I would love to hear people when they talk of our epics and they talk of our rich culture and the granths that we have. I asked this man, tell me which scripture says that when the enemies are auctioning the respect and dignity of your women and children, where does it say at that time that you should go to the temples and do bhajan kirtan and do meditation at that time? Where does it say? Nowhere. That is the time to fight. Not fighting is called cowardice. And I said, none of these people were neutral. And I said, sir, I am not a Gandhian. I am not a Gandhian. And lastly, last time I want to mention, since there is a lot of Indian audience listening to this, folks, remember, faith gives strength, but blind faith leading to superstition weakens people. Weakens people. Folks, one of the biggest damage done to Indian society has been done by our media, the print or the electronic media. Anytime you turn the TV on, what do you see? You see horoscope. You see there is a Babaji, Guruji, Maharaj, Swamiji wearing saffron or white clothes and 3 tilaks here and 3 tilaks here. And he asks, where are you calling from? What is your name? What is your date of birth? What is your time of birth? And he says, Guruji, I don't know. Now this Guruji has a laptop. And the Guruji does tick, 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 tick. And then he says, दूसरा तीसरे घर में बैठा है, तीसरा चौथे के घर में बैठा है, चौथा पांचवें घर में बैठा है, and it is sitting in the sixth house, 7th house, 8th house, and then he says, you got Manglik, 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 you got Manglik. And then he says, wait a minute, you got Shani on you, Shani on you, Shani on you. Now this guy is scared. He says, Guruji, how do I get rid of Shani? And the Guruji says, take a black handkerchief, put a black kali dal inside, and put a kajal on the side. And then look for somebody with the black hair, and then rotate it 7 times. Then look for a black dog, kala kutta khojo. And then he says, look for a black bartan and black utensil. And by the way, Arya Ben, people are doing this. People are doing this. I want to ask you one thing. If it is so easy, Meena Ben, if it is so easy to get Shani in, Shani out, Shani in, Shani out, Shani in, Shani out, why don't we send Shani to Pakistan and destroy all the terrorists? If it is so easy to get Shani in, Shani out, Shani in, why don't we send Shani to Ladakh to fight the Chinese? Hello? And my big question to you is, Dr. Soda, why does Shani permanently stay in India? Why doesn't Shani ever go to Australia? Hello? Why doesn't Shani go to New Zealand, man? He never goes anywhere. He's sitting permanently here.
Shani is not double vaccinated, that's why.
Now, I have to say one thing. Why am I bringing this up? And especially the chief of the Hindu society is there. Important thing is, if you read the life history of Swami Vivekananda, Swami Dayanand, Guru Nanak, they never believed in all these things. In fact, they fought against it. Guru Nanak put all his life fighting against this. And do you know, in Sikh families, they never tell you horoscope, never. There is no Manglik in Sikh families. And do you know, there is no Shubh Mahurat in Sikh families. Every Sikh wedding is done on a Sunday. Are you aware of that, Meena Ben? Every Sikh wedding is done on a Sunday. Sunday doesn't sit right, they do it on a Saturday. Saturday doesn't sit right, they do it on a Friday. Folks, what are we talking about? See, Vishwas gives you strength. Andhvishwas weakens people. And people keep jumping to Guruji, Babaji, and they touch their feet. The guy should be in jail. Why am I talking this? Very important reason. Once I was going to the airport, and the driver hit the brake so hard, the car came to a screeching halt. I asked him what happened. He said, Sahab, Billi rasta kaat gayi. The cat has crossed the road. I said, now what will happen? He said, I'll stop the car. It is bad omen, something bad will happen. I said, if I might miss my flight, something bad will happen. So I asked him, I said, how long are you going to stop the car? He said, till somebody else passes through. I said, then something bad will happen to them. He said, that's his problem. See, the guy had answers to everything. That's his problem. Then I asked him one question. I said, tell me, supposing you were 15 years behind and the cat had crossed the road and you had not seen the cat. In that case, you would have just been coming straight and you would have been the first car. Then what would have happened? Minaben, you need to hear the answer, what this man gave. He said, in that case, बिल्ली की पावर कम हो जाती है. बिल्ली की पावर कम हो जाती है. How do you like that? Sir, you are laughing, but do you know educated PhDs and MBAs are doing this stuff? Now, why am I sharing this with you? I have an article here. This article says superstition. This article is from India Today, January issue of 2018. It says, because of astrology and superstition, Minaben, because of astrology and superstition, in many parts of India, natural childbirth has gone down by 80%, 80%. And they've quoted South India here, Bangalore, Madras, Hyderabad. You will find 80% of childbirth is done through C-section operation. You know why? Some astrologers said, this is good time to pull out the kid. How do you like that? What a joke. Folks, why am I sharing this with you? For a very important reason. Life does not always go up, 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 up. Life is a roller coaster. It goes up and down and up and down and up and down. Yes, no. Up and down and up and down. Yeah. And you see what happens when we have a down in life. People who want to get somewhere in life, they analyze the situation and they ask, if a similar situation came again, will I behave the same way? If the answer is yes, means you have not learned anything. But they learn from it, accept responsibility, and they don't repeat their mistakes again. Whereas a person who is not getting anywhere, when things go wrong, instead of accepting responsibility, you know what they say? My stars are not favoring me. And they will never learn from it. And they will keep repeating the same mistake again and again and again. And they say, I'm unlucky. I saw one person, Minaben, hear this, I saw one person wearing rings in all 10 fingers because some Jyotsi had told him, wear this nug and this nug and this stone and this stone and this stone. The guy was wearing all 10. I said, are you wearing in your shoes also 10 in your feet? Are you nuts? What's the matter with you? You know something, why I say this? We people have become so superstitious. अरे विश्वास इंसान को ताकत देता है, अंधविश्वास इंसान को कमजोर बनाता है. Now, in one of my previous programs, somebody asked me a question. Mr. Khera, there are people who go to temples and they wait in line for 10 hours for darshan. Is that faith or blind faith? Is that vishwas or andhvishwas? And here is my answer. Minaben, I said, look, I pray every day. Before I leave home, I pray. Now, why do I pray? Because I believe in God. Now, why do I believe in God? Have I seen God? No. Do I know who is God? Where is God? What is God? Do I know that? I have no answer to that. I don't know who is God, where is God, what is God. I don't know. But if I don't know, then why do I believe in God? I believe in God because there are so many things in this globe, the universe, which are totally unexplained. Now, anything that is unexplained could be either a miracle or a mystery. Now, I don't know if it's a miracle or a mystery, but the flora, the fauna, the sun, the moon, the earth, the animals, the trees, the forest, everything, this is not the creation of any human being. Now, if it is not created by any human being, it's got to be some superhuman being. Or if it is superhuman, then there is superpower. And that superpower I call God. I don't know what it is. That's all. Now, but in the last 50 years, barring 5-6 times, I've never gone to any temple. And I feel very strongly that 90% people who go to temples, they go there more out of fear than out of faith. You don't do this, this will happen. You don't do this, this will happen. You don't do this, this will happen. They go there out of fear and not out of faith. With that, I want to close this program on a very positive note, and that is, this is time to give back. God has blessed us with a good home, good food, but many people don't have it. It is time for us to share with them. Now, there is one community who has been honored all over the world by the government of Canada, United States, UK, Australia, New Zealand. One community who has been honored all over the world by the governments also for the humanitarian service, and that is the Sikh community of India for the humanitarian service. Folks, you know why the concept of sharing is not new? It goes back 500 years ago. There have been millions of people are getting food per day, every day, today from the Gurdwaras. You know why? Because the Sikh philosophy believes in 3 principles. Nam Jap, One Shak, Kirat Kar. Nam Jap is, there is formless God. One Shak is the concept of sharing, and Kirat Kar is the dignity of labor. No work is small. No work is small. Meena Ben, tell me, in your life, have you ever seen a Sikh beggar? Have you ever seen a Sikh beggar? Never, because there is not even one. You know why?
They
will clean your bathrooms, they will clean your shoes, but they will not beg. This is not ego. This is dignity of labor. Dr. Soda, this is called dignity of labor. They don't mind cleaning your shoes, they will clean your bathroom, but they will not beg. And you know, in Sikh families, there is no caste. You know, every Sikh man is a Singh, every Sikh woman is a Kaur. And I wish in India, if we had adopted the Sikh philosophy to run this country instead of our own constitution, this country would have been totally a different country today. Folks, with those words, I wish you all the best. Stay healthy. And I know I've gone a little over time, I guess. Yeah, which is not unusual.
That's wonderful, Mr. Khera. This was immense amount of information that we have received. Ladies and gentlemen, open up your videos. Give a standing ovation to Mr. Khera. We have had pearls of wisdom that we have got from Mr. Khera today. We have learned so much. It's time to give back. Convert wasted time to productive time. Build strong relationships, personal relationship, professional relationship, social relationships. Helping a friend is a duty that is of a friend. Are we Gandhian? Question yourself. Faith gives you strength. Blind faith leads to weakness of a character. Life is a roller coaster, goes up and down. Learn from your mistakes. learn to accept responsibility, and some amazing words of wisdom that we have received. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a strong round of applause for Mr. Khera. Thank you so very much, Mr. Khera. We really, really do appreciate this. Session has been wonderful. Now, we are very excited because on the MINLA Zoom session, the session doesn't end without a rapid fire round. Are we okay with that, Mr. Khera?
Yes, okay, go ahead. We got a schedule anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so this is going to be literally 5 minutes, and we want to answer about 20 questions, less than 5 minutes. So literally, it will be a very quick question and even a quicker answer, probably a short statement or a word. We'll try to do that as quickly as we can. Welcome to the MINLA Zoom session rapid fire round. Mr. Khera, the first question, social media.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
yeah, what's the question? Go ahead.
The question is the word social media. What do you think about it?
It's a blessing if you use it properly. It's a curse if it dictates you.
Brilliant. Question number 2, yoga.
Yoga is, I think it infuses new life into you.
Perfect. Number 3, the title, You Can Win.
You can win means everybody can win. We all can win. And I don't have the time, but there's a big difference between winning and being a winner. Winning is an event in life. Being a winner is a spirit. So you can win, I can win, we all can win.
Thank you. The next statement or a word, education.
Okay, education is conditioning of mind. Training, there's a difference between training and teaching. Training is conditioning. We train animals, but we teach people. It is conditioning. Training is conditioning of reflexes, whereas teaching is conditioning with reasoning. Conditioning with reasoning is called education.
Thank you. Number 5, your favorite motivational speaker.
My favorite
motivational speaker.
Well, there was a guy by the name of Zig Ziglar. He passed away,
Yes.
but Dr. Norman Vincent Peale was a great one. Excellent motivational speaker.
Thank you. One book you would recommend for the audience to read.
You Can Win, all the way.
You Can Win by Mr. Shiv, Khera. Excellent book, a book that I got 25 years ago, personally autographed by him. So thank you. One comment about the attitude of gratitude.
Folks, I'll share with you a little example on this.
Keep it very short and brief so that the rapid fire round can be very rapid.
Yeah. Dr. Soda, there was a man who used to wake up every day morning and he used to start the newspaper looking at the obituary column. He said, I started the newspaper looking at the obituary column. And his friend asked why. He said, if my name was not there in the obituary column, he said, it's time to celebrate. If I didn't find my name in the obituary column, that was time for me to celebrate. And that's the answer.
Thank you. The next one, spirituality. Spirituality.
Spirituality is our moral compass. I repeat, spirituality is our moral compass, which keeps us on track in life. Otherwise, we get distracted and go off track in life.
Thank you. The COVID-19 pandemic.
Oh, what a slap on mankind. This is a slap by God on mankind for going against nature. One tight slap.
Thank you.
I don't think mankind has learned it either still.
No, that's very true. Next one, vaccine, yes or no?
Well, I don't know, and many doctors don't know either. But as of now, currently, yes, go ahead. The answer is yes.
Thank you. The next question or a term, compassion.
Empathy. Term is
Thank you.
empathy.
Thank you. The next one, something that you alluded in your talk, Mr. Mahatma Gandhi.
Well, I'm not a fan of Gandhi, so therefore I don't know. People call him Mahatma, but I think there are many things that he did which are negative impact on our society. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. The festival of Diwali.
It is the integrity, live by integrity and the courage to fight evil. So remember one thing, peace-loving people, if they want to live in peace, they must be ready to fight.
Thank you. Mr. Khera, your ultimate goal in life?
My goal is still there to somehow mold the Indian society and pull them out of corruption the way it is and misery. It's 90% is all man-made here. So we need to pull them out.
Great, great goal in life. Next one on a lighter note, your favorite Bollywood actor.
Oh, my favorite Bollywood actor. Well, I would say Amitabh Bachchan is the guy I would name as my favorite character. Yeah.
Great, okay. The personality Swami Vivekananda.
Amazing, a great youth leader, a tremendous patriot who did teach peace, but he said peace with strength. Without strength, there is no peace.
Thank you. Last but not the least question, a statement often used, Billi Rasta Kaat Gayi.
Come again?
A statement, Billi Rasta Kaat Gayi.
Yeah, that is all superstition and nothing else. And that's about it. People ought to get out of superstition and that's it. Take charge. These are all God-given powers. It's not your given, my given. They're God-given powers. Use them. And when we go to the temples, do you know what we say? With God's power, everything is possible. And when we come out, we say, oh, I can't do this. Well, inside you said I can with God's power, and outside you say you can't. What a contradiction. Don't we all have God's power inside us?
Absolutely. Thank you. Last question. Dr. Lalit Soda's rapid fire round.
Oh, I think it's very interesting, adds spice to the whole program, I guess.
Thank you very much, Mr. Khera. We are so thankful on behalf of MINLA. We are absolutely indebted to you for spreading such words of wisdom, pearls that you have shared with us today. I now request Mr. Sailesh Shet, if he's still around, to actually do a vote of thanks. And if not, we will request very quickly Meenabeh to actually come on board, unmute yourself, and please say a vote of thanks to our wonderful guest speaker for this evening, Mr. Shiv Khera.
Thank you, Shiv Bhai. Really honored. I really enjoyed as well. Habari Zioni. Good evening, friends. This is my pleasant and humble duty to end this session with the heartiest thank you to everybody. My big thank you to Shailesh and Rajiv for making this session happen. Thank you, Shailesh Bhai, for supporting us from the day one we started MINLA Zoom. Thank you, beautiful soul, Shiv Bhai Khera. I'm so proud of you. May God bless you. and have a long life, feeling very healthy.
Thank you,
Philip.
Geeta. That's Neeta, man.
Asandi Sana to all the viewers of Facebook Live and those who have joined us live on Zoom. Can't end my thank you without saying big thank you to my cute cousin, Dr. Lalit Soda, and our co-host, Ellie. Here is Ellie.
Hi everyone, thank you for coming. Hi, Cyrus.
Thank you, Ali.
Over to you.
Thank you, Ali.
Jai Hind, Kwaheri. Happy New Year. Happy
Thank
vibe.
you. Take your leave.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Yeah,
bless.
ladies and gentlemen, before you all disappear, I would like to encourage each and every one of you, the viewers on Zoom and the viewers on Facebook or any other platform that you're seeing us on today, do go and search for this book, You Can Win. It is a title you can type on Google. You can connect with Mr. Shiv Khera on Instagram, on Facebook, on any platform, and you will be able to connect with him and get a copy of this one. This is a goal changer. This is a game changer. You need to read this book at least once, if not more times. Make it a habit of reading those 50 books. Of those 50, this is number one you should be reading. You Can Win. So ladies and gentlemen, connect with them on Google, on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook. You will be, and Twitter, on LinkedIn, any platform. The Khera Foundation is very, very popular. So connect with them, get this book, and make sure you read it. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very much. We are going to unmute everybody. So if everyone wants to say a quick hello to this superstar, Mr. Khera, he will, if that's okay, Mr. Khera, hang around for a couple minutes.